It's the most visited state in Africa. As the fifth largest economy on the continent, covering Lagos and its government is no mean feat. It's a busy beat. We go beyond the cutting of tapes to traveling far into the deep.
I want to thank the Lagos State government for the healthcare facility
to bring stories that cut across all spectrums.
The greater Lagos shall be ours.
Stories that define our collective well-being. As Lagosians, I'm Adedoja Salamadi. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Every second, every minute, every hour, and every day. Time.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Honey, what time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first. Fair.
Okay, welcome back, and I guess this time is Dr. Charles Maridoti Oludare. Good morning to you. Thank you for making it onto our program.
Good morning, Uncle Yari. Good morning, everybody at Tech Library.
Good morning, sir. Social Rehabilitation Grade and Support Initiative. That's you are the convener of that. Okay, now to talk about the old new administration in Ondo State. Of course, you get my meaning. Ondo State is yet to bury the former governor, and his deputy is in charge now. There are all sorts of understandings that were had, but maybe we'll talk about those things. What I mean understandings, political understandings. First of all, are you surprised by what you have? What is in the news that Governor Aiyedatiwa has dissolved his cabinet and, sacked political appointees?
Well, I will say I'm surprised, Yari. I'll say I'm intrigued by it. I think the governor made a smart choice there. Definitely, everybody knew that. We all knew what was going on in those states before the sad demise of the past governor, Governor Keredo. So it was not like, the whole of the cabinet was warmed up to the deputy governor at the time, who is now the governor now. So the dissolution of cabinets was not surprising. I was the advocate that said he shouldn't, hurriedly dissolve his cabinet at the time, keep them in their seats and, give yourself time. But the choice to do it has to me a lot of political, implication, especially in regards to the primaries that is coming up in 3 months' time, and also his choice of a deputy governor is also something that I find quite again.
Okay, tell me about. Let's talk about his choice of deputy governor. A former deputy clerk at the National Assembly, an accomplished accountant, and so all of that. Did you say you were intrigued, or do you approve? First of all, I know you are not the governor, but tell me, give me your impressions of the deputy governor and how he will help move things forward. That is the choice of Governor Aiyedatiwa.
I think it's a smart choice. Definitely someone with a finance background and all of that.
Yes.
But I don't think his background, personally, in my opinion, played a role in his choice. I think it was more of a political calculation. We have to understand that, the Governor Aiyedatiwa is not going to be making this choice in isolation. He's going to be making in lieu of the next election, because he has an ambition. And by choosing, the deputy governor from the same not just the same senatorial district.
He's an Owo man.
As the former governor.
Yes.
He's an Owo man, exactly. He has tried to ensure that he maintained about a carbon copy of the same Aiyedatiwa that is in power right now. So this means that he has kept his card close to his chest in terms of a choice of a deputy governor should he get the APC party ticket, because the APC has publicly that there is no automatic ticket for anybody. Everybody has to fight for it.
Indeed.
So definitely by picking someone from Owo, it is obvious. Yes, it's obvious now that this deputy governor is not going to be the deputy governor that he would choose should he have, get the party ticket in November. So he kept a lot of positions open for himself. So by also dissolving the State Executive Council, he also kept a lot of positions open for himself that he can use in negotiating. This is politics. We have to be, frank about it. So now he can, try to call people's favors that, his opponent will say, if you support me, I'll make you this in next year, right? He will say, if you support me, I'll make you this now, and you can still have opportunity then when I become, should I become the governor? So I think those are the things that played into his own calculation when he made the choice of, this deputy governor and dissolving the cabinet, and now he will start selecting people that I want to put in position, and everything must have, political currency to him towards getting the APC party ticket. I think this is a part of the advantages of the power of incumbency. This is like the first time in Ondo State history where we'll be having a fourth time gubernatorial candidate with an incumbent power. So definitely, Governor Aiyedatiwa, I think he's been a shrewd politician by making this decision at this particular critical time, so that he's giving himself ample time to, corral people to his side and, find these coalitions get into the primary. Because we must not forget also that some members of the Executive Council also had the same ambition that he has. So he definitely give them out. He's also wielding this the stick and trying to get there. So definitely that's why I'm intrigued. It's the political calculation that I find quite intriguing and exciting.
Indeed. And Governor Aiyedatiwa is not being a shrinking violet at all. After, as you put it, as you said, truly, that APC had announced that there would be no automatic ticket, the governor was to have the opportunity to speak shortly afterwards in a different context and was asserting that there is no vacancy in government house, thereby saying that he will work within the, if it is a constraint, within the constraints of there not being any automatic tickets, but that he feels sure enough of himself, no doubt with whoever his supporters are. You said that a lot of calculations are going to be going on, that there is no vacancy in the government house in Ondo State.
Yes, that's what he's trying to achieve. And I think I mean, that is just the power of incubation. He is now going to have new set of positions to fill. He can negotiate with people. He has the time. He's doing it at a critical time. He has the power to, also change things even within the party structure and everything. Back during the old brouhaha in Ondo State at the time, there was the old letter from Abuja: don't change the executive council, don't change the structure.
Yes.
That has gone to naught right now. He has all the power to do whatever he wants to do, and he's wielding it judiciously to his own advantage. That's what I
see. So you think it was also a sort of survivalist wisdom in the way he has acted now, because as you've just mentioned, at those times when there were the shuttle between Ondo and Abuja, I think part of the negotiation was do not upset the Aiyedatiwa, setup of which he himself was a part when Governor Aiyedatiwa of blessed memory, when he was fully in charge. Those that were on the side of Governor Aiyedatiwa saying that part of the deal would be that his administration, his political dynasty should not be upset. And apparently, for a while, it did seem like that. But now that he is fully in charge, well, we began to see some sort of distancing from that position, as I was saying, perhaps in the interest of political survival himself, because you've just said it, that there are people within the administration that are interested in what he clearly wants to vie for. So, quite frankly, the man... Yes. Sorry, please continue.
Yes, Uncle Yori, I do completely agree with you that but Uncle Yori, please pardon me with all due respect to correct you one thing.
Sure.
And is on the lighter note, you said those on the side of Governor Akeredolu. I don't think during that period there was anyone on the side of Governor Akeredolu, because what was best for Governor Akeredolu at the time was care and time with his family, not to be signing checks. So definitely they were claiming to be on the side of Governor Akeredolu, their own, experience, but not on the side of Governor Akeredolu. That's just what I wanted to point out. Okay. But you're very right, Okiyori, is definitely political survivor.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Let me bring in Mazi Okoroafo, who has called in from Achuku. Good morning to you, Mazi.
Good morning, Sayori. When I saw where the name on the trailer, even at the paper, I was just said that they are pleased. The peace is back. But what I want the state, the people to look into that, the House of Assembly, they should try as much as possible acceptability of the candidate. At least 70% of the people in the state accept, because it is not a question of force. This is something that the governor himself must have sat down, either within himself or within the circle about the government. Let's pick this person. Now, any appointment we should be doing in Nigeria today, the issue of zoning should be looked into. The issue of acceptability should be looked into. Because one of the major problems Nigeria is facing today is this issue of zoning. When a particular zone takes over the government, they want everything, commissioner, they put everything within your both different federal level, even outside ambassador, to be within that, which is not healthy. You see, we have to balance the equation in terms of appointment. We have to balance the equation in terms of acceptability. We have to balance the equation that everybody will be carried along. Nobody is a city that is a slave. No more slaves in this country. That is why if you look at today's, we will tell you, go into the world and preach the gospel. That's of today's reading. The captivity to St. Paul. When St. Paul, when they were going to pass the message, they were going to, before they were against the
No, okay. I think what Mazi was saying there is that there must be sort of a consensus. Talking of which, the governor we said is the deputy governor that has been appointed by Governor Aiyedatiwa is going to be presented for ratification to the National Assembly. So everything is going on is on course there. Well, I don't know that the. Sorry, did you want to say something? Please continue.
Yes, I was going to give a little bit of my own opinion about zoning, because Mazi was very cool about it. I actually am not a big supporter of zoning. I think the premise for zoning, I understand the intention of it, but I think the premise for zoning is essentially coming from the point of view that you see public office as a place to take, not a place to give. If you think about if you think about it as a place to give to the people, then it doesn't matter where the person is coming from. It is what matters is what that person can give. But the people definitely quite frankly agree with it, because over time, due to subsistence, failure in governance, they just see it as, if you are in power, you are there to serve your own people, not to serve everybody. I don't know if you understand my argument, Uncle Yori, if you where I'm coming from. So I believe that is the reason we put so much importance on zoning. What is important is, the education, the health, the quality of life, the economy, what you want. Not that for these people to, and then you put everybody that belongs to your family or your town and put them in all the positions, or your children and your wife and everything. No, it should be about the service to the people. So the minute we start and politicians start delivering on their policy of their promises and start delivering service to the people will no longer care about zoning, because obviously, if someone wants to give you $1 billion a day, you will not care what language they speak. That is the fact. If you went to an office today and you want to see a doctor and you need them too desperately, you won't care what languages they speak, because why? Those are people that are going to not take from you. So we need to change the political mindset, which is one of the reasons why I started social rehabilitation. We need to reorientate ourselves and see things from a different point, so that we can all get to the quote-unquote Eldorado that we are looking for.
Indeed.
That was what I wanted to check.
Yes, thank you indeed for adding it. And it's also very important that, look, the election is coming up shortly, but governance still has to be conducted. There still has to be governance. There can't just be fallow ground, dragging of feet. You interrupt the governors, because it goes back to what you've just been speaking about, what the people of Ondo deserve. They deserve governance, they deserve development, and there's a lot that can be done now, and when the elections are really upon us, and that also is going to be very, very important. As important as Mr. Aiyedatiwa, who has been nominated. All of these things are very, very important. Everybody knows that, it is said that around these kind of times, governance tends to suffer. But Ondo has been in an situation of, there hasn't been very much going on because of what. And so now that we have a governor in place, we have a deputy, we have the House, I guess they have to be thinking of slipping in some good governance as well.
It is the most important theory. That is why they are there. That is why they earn their salary. That people, chose them to go and do. So we definitely need. I guess maybe that's the reason why it's dissolving the cabinet, because you can't get the consensus of the people who were there, because it out or it didn't. They respected him so much. So it definitely needs people that will listen to him, respect him, and so that he can deliver, whatever plan he has for the people from now to the end of his tenure. But definitely, governance suffered, when our governor was away. And I feel like maybe we also need to revisit our constitution. I actually read about it, and I didn't see any time specification between when a new governor gets in and when he must select his deputy, so that if there's a time maybe within 24 hours or something. I mean, when things about politics in other countries, the selection of deputy came a little bit quicker. This came about 1 month after Lulu had passed. So we also need to look into that, so that we can try not to let there be a gap, because Nigeria or Ondo State would have had a constitutional crisis at, God forbid, soon to Governor Aiyedatiwa, while he was just the only governor and there was no deputy. Definitely we know the line of succession, but there was supposed to be a deputy in place.
Indeed. And there's a little more that can be said. Now the government will be fully, there's a sense in which we congratulate, the deputy elect, selected, pending the approval of the House of Assembly, so that there can be a full-fledged government in all matters, all ramifications of on the ground, so that Ondo can proceed to begin to function again. It remains to be seen what will happen if, as Governor Aiyedatiwa, who said that vacancy in Government House, or as APC has said, there is no automatic ticket, which means that everybody, including Governor Aiyedatiwa, are up. The office is up for grabs for them. Well, I want to thank you very much, Dr. Marindoti Oludare, for coming on the program and giving us your thoughts about your beloved Ondo State.
Thank you very much, Uncle Yeri. I really appreciate you having me this morning.
All right, our pleasure. Okay, then, so we're going to have to leave it there. That's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folari. Bye-bye for now.
Every second, every minute, every hour and every day, time doesn't just tick away. It's a countdown to political...
Experience information and entertainment like never before as TVC Breakfast takes your weekends to a whole new level. Introducing TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, with source of thrilling sports updates, insightful political analysis, and captivating entertainment news. Stay in the know with what's trending. Catch up with the latest in sports and immerse yourself in buzz from the world of music and movies. Your week are no longer just days off, but moments packed with knowledge, excitement, enjoyment. TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, only on TVC News.